welcome.
Well, hey, Mondays, well, they offer new beginnings 52 times of the year. Oh, you better believe it. Either you run the day or you let the day run you. You've got to get up every single morning and determine if you're going to do, well, go to bed satisfied. And after a long weekend, hey,
the journey starts right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being right there. Mary looking all glam in that dress, by the way.
I know, right? Thank you very much. I'm feeling glam.
Woohoo!
Wow, if only they could see the rest of that dress, or lack of it.
Yeah, that dress has a lot to offer. And honestly, really, it's always so great to be right here with you. And we come early with the right motivation,
Every single day we come early to get you started. As we aspire to perspire, this is what Mike will always say, by the way. I'll help you take the right steps to achieve your great things this Monday morning. And it's very important to make sure that your goals are within reach, and that's what we help you do every single start of the week here on Wake Up Nigeria.
That is so true. It is week 2 in the brand new year. A beautiful Monday morning. And like a blank canvas, you and only you can decide what to paint on it. Yes.
There you go. Great motivation starting it off today. Welcome to the #1 breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. And today's edition promises to be exceptional with the right amount of top-shelf family entertainment that you need.
So get your strap on for a great time on the show. Yeah, for those that understand what that really means, y'all are naughty. But my name is Titi Layo.
And of course, my name is Mazino Hill. Remember, you can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
You can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app. Now you can download that from Google Play or iOS.
Yes, indeed. So we also like that you follow us on social media. Please be in our business. We like to, have your face to face. Want to smell your? No, we don't. Considering, no, let's not do that. But follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Use the hashtag, like I said from before, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Very important that.
Yes, before they decide to spray something in the air, let's check out what we have on the show for motivation today.
Yes, we will be joined by high performance coach Boluwatife David, and he will be discussing how to convert potential to performance. Very interesting.
Potential to performance.
Hi
guys!
Hey!
Is this Monday, people?
Blessed am I amongst women.
Look
at stuff. Thank you.
Seriously, when the opening shot came on you, I was like, what?
Are you serious?
Good, girl.
Thank you, Mama.
It's okay. There's nothing in there about me looking good. But
no, it's fine. You always look good,
your
though.
Turn.
Why does my turn have to come after hers?
Because she is facing me directly.
You look fantastic in any way.
Thank you very much.
Like that.
So do you.
Thank you very much.
Like
now that we're done with the...
I like your tie. Are you happy now?
I'm very happy. Thank you. Let's get on with it. Fantastic weekend. I had plenty of fun with family over the weekend. I hope you guys did the same as well. Yeah, you did? I saw your daughters doing makeup and everything.
Yeah, my kids, they were like, they wanted to give themselves a makeover, and it's on Instagram right now if you want to check it out. And one of them says, you know what, you can do a makeover on me as long as you let me do a makeover on you.
Yeah.
And one of them was so calm and chilled and trusting, and the other one was just like, no, but it was fun. You should check it out.
Mary has a new job. She's now a car dealer.
Oh my goodness!
Mary's selling cars now.
Wow!
Mary has something new to sell every week.
I sell everything except human parts. If someone says, do you think you have this? I'll say, give me a moment. Because I always seem to have someone that has it that I can connect them with.
Some drop shipping things.
She's not selling cars.
It even goes beyond that.
She's selling toys. Very beautiful toys that you kids could actually ride in, and that's what I meant.
I think
okay.
I hear you laughing now.
Like, amazing, the
you
cars,
get it.
Yeah.
Well, when you said toys, my mind went in a completely different direction, but it's fine.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
I just said a different direction. I didn't say anything else. Please.
Oh my
so
word.
It's a Monday.
Okay, listen. So over the weekend, like I said, plenty of interesting things happened. There's so much talk about WhatsApp and the new agreement they're trying to make users go into, which means that they can actually sell, well, not sell, they have access to most of your information, no matter what you've done with them, where you've deleted.
Me, I accepted it.
You did already?
Why wouldn't I? Because I'm moving to Signal.
They don't give you...
So that's the last of my info you're going to get.
They don't give you any choice anyway. I mean, you either sign it or you jet out of the app.
Yes, that's actually what they said. So I had to sign it that, okay, pending when I leave, have all the information. And so what I did was anything really personal, I would rather just make a phone call for now, pending when I move. But I gathered that the guy who created WhatsApp before selling to Facebook is actually the one who created Signal. So if you're looking for
a safer app
for now, you want to consider Signal. Some people are also talking about Telegram as an option. But Elon Musk, who also endorsed BTC,
we're going to talk about Elon Musk today.
Yes.
So tell you guys what we're going to do.
A lot of people didn't know that it actually was already happening. That we're just giving them permission now.
Tell you what, we're going to do a break. Let's do the weather and do some news. And when we get back, we're going to talk plenty about that Elon Musk and Bitcoins stuff when we get back here inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome once again. And welcome back. It's time for news now for a Monday morning here. So let's get you updated with what's been happening over the weekend up until now. We begin with the rising spate of insecurity, which has affected several parts of the country, and it has not spared law enforcement agencies, we hear. The latest attack in the Ebonyi State area, where unknown gunmen invaded a police station in Ezza area of the state, killing 3 officers and injuring 2 others. The spokesperson of the command, DSP Lovett Oda, disclosed that the gunmen invaded the police station and opened fire on policemen on duty, which led to the death of 3 officers. According to the DSP, the unfortunate incident led to the death of 2 inspectors and another officer on guard at the station. Also, a woman who was said to be in her house within the premises of the police station was killed during the attack. According to the police spokesperson, the corpses of the seized officers and the woman have been deposited in the morgue while an investigation into the incident is ongoing. Meanwhile, normalcy has since returned to the area. To Benue State now, where the government has taken delivery of 78 impounded motorcycles from the Sankera area. This is courtesy Operation Wiri Stroke, led by Major General Adeyemi Yekini. Special advisor to the governor on security matters, retired Colonel Paul Hemba, said the motorcycles were impounded from violators of the ban on movement of motorcycles in Sankera. He stated that the arrests had also been made and that bandits and criminal elements operating in the area were being trailed to their hideouts by security agents. Abuja now. Thanks. Let's...
Trail of these bandits in their hideouts. They are pursuing them wherever they go, and that is why we have respite now. The few isolated incidents that took place now are being taken care of. And the situation in Sankara and the entire state, indeed, is calm. We must commend the efforts of the security agencies, particularly Operation Wide Stroke, in this regard.
Now, Nigerians must commit to safeguarding the country despite differences in religion, ethnicity, and political affiliations. That's according to the Vice President, Yemi Osibanjo, who believes heroes who have strived through thick and thin to ensure the country's safety must be honored. The Vice President was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, at an interdenominational church service for the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. He praised the members of the armed forces for continuing to lay down their lives in peacekeeping operations and paying the ultimate price in the fight against terrorism in the Northeast, as well as defending the country from other threats to security.
It means that we must commit to ensuring the unity of our nation, that regardless of tensions on account of differences in politics, religion, and ethnicity, we are stronger together than apart.
While we appreciate the efforts of the officers and men of the armed forces, it is important to remind ourselves that we need to do a lot more to dispel the atmosphere of fear, distrust, and mutual suspicion.
And that's it for the news. Well, I hope you're looking forward to sports because we have sports with Mary and her very shiny dress. And welcome back Monday morning. And what's the best way to start your week than finding out exactly what the headlines are inside of the dailies? And we've got that covered for you here on Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome. Let's do the headlines. And this morning we're going to be starting from the Guardian newspaper. Our first big headline this morning: late PIB passage threatens 4 trillion naira marginal fields earnings. This is from the Guardian. FG looks to bid round to increase reserves, and host communities insist on a right of refusal. To the side of the Guardian this morning, 4 soldiers injured as military kill 50 bandits, recovers livestock in Zamfara and Katsina State, and 20 commuters die in Bauchi auto crash. Sad. Fresh worry as NASU and SANU begin warning strike tomorrow. Were they ever not on strike? And fire raises Immigration Service headquarters, Abuja Market, Anambra factory. This is on page 2. At the very top of the Guardian. Oh, well, we're done with that one. We are going to move on now straight to the Tribune newspaper for this morning, Monday. Fulani settlement in Oyo not attacked, say Amoteku. We raided forests in joint operation with vigilante Mieti Allah members. And operation targeted kidnappers, criminals, elements in forests. To the side of the Tribune this morning, while Lagos light rail project is delayed, say Lamata, and 37 killed in Bauchi Nasarawa road accidents. NSARS, Falana, 9 others sued over independent panel, and Lagos indigenes condemn cancellation of LASU VC selection. On COVID-19, curfew in Ekiti, gathering of more than 20 ban. Again, Benue governor goes into isolation. Lagos Council chairman shuts down health facilities as workers test positive, and emergency support needed by affected states, say Cross River State government. Let's move now quickly to the Nation newspaper for a Monday. And once again on COVID-19, governments to spend $8 each on vaccine for 144 million and immunization for 70% of Nigeria's population. At the top of the nation, Vasti workers begin 3-day strike over allowances, and Amoteku, this on page 8, Mieti Allah in joint action against bandits. How to grow economy, talking business now. In 2021, find this on the business page of the Nation on page 15. And 37 travelers burned in motor accidents. Sad story there. At the very bottom, 350 businessmen, firms owe AMCON 3.6 trillion naira. Well, the Nation is as much as we can take for the headlines this morning, but we still have very interesting coming up for you. Daily Vulnerables with Shooting. And Q in Mary.
Yeah. How would you want to be loved?
Yes, how do you want to be loved? You're going to love yourself the way you want to be loved. But you know, sometimes you love yourself the way you want to be loved, but then you don't find the love that you want. And then you love the other person the way you believe they should be loved. And they enjoy it, but they can't give it back.
Well, hey, life is all about compromises.
Or they don't even appreciate the love for what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Much like the way I love her and she never ever gives it back.
Yeah, well, Mary.
You're not even going to defend that, are you?
There's something else I'm in love with.
What's that?
So I've found a new love. His name is Elon Musk.
Oh, Jesus. First off, you're married.
Yeah,
Secondly,
I said I found a new love. I didn't say he's a he.
Okay.
Elon Musk is a brand.
Okay, I get you.
Another
It's
angle.
a brand. That's the angle. That's the
I
angle.
get what you're saying.
God.
Actually, very interesting that you should bring that up. Nice segue. We talked about this on our social media pages yesterday evening. We were asking you guys after Eriga, I think it's a Nigerian rapper. Rapper Eriga puts out on Shop a very interesting tweet. He said, "Dinner with world's richest man Elon Musk or 2 bitcoins."
2 bitcoins.
And by the way, that's 70. I can't. Yeah, it's
That's
a lot.
$79,583.
Exactly. So which would you pick? And we asked for your comments, and we're going to read that. But you are the Bitcoin. She is the Bitcoin mistress at TVC. What's this thing about Bitcoins recently?
It's been growing like crazy. The whole world of digital currency has been it's exploded.
Because of the lockdown.
Yeah,
It became really huge last year.
Yeah, because of the lockdown, because people are trying to find new places, their
Yes.
money,
Or hide it,
etc.
but go on.
Yeah.
Well, hiding it is one thing, but having it grow while it's hidden is even better. Hello. But then again, sitting with someone like Elon Musk, you're going to learn a lot.
Which would you rather have? Would you rather have the bitcoins or Elon?
So I would rather not say, but I'm just going to say
Wow,
this.
really?
I actually tweeted it earlier. If you check on my social media, all my social media pages, I've already given a hint. But no, so it's not my answer. I was just suggesting that you could actually pay for dinner with Elon Musk from the 2 Bitcoin.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you
That's
actually
another
pay-
way to look at it.
so.
But the truth is, with someone like Elon Musk as a friend, a contact, that money, eventually when it grows, you'll find a better way to invest it. If you just have that money, you're going to spend it.
How did
without
the richest man in Babylon, how did he start?
I beg you.
Which
Let
one,
me
the
tell
book?
you,
If you
the
give-
guy had what? He had money from somewhere. Dangote that we are talking about, an uncle invested in his life. You need money.
No, but
But
you see,
you
the
also
point
need
is this,
mentors.
all of these
You
people
need
had
mentors.
something to already go
Yeah.
on. They already had like a starting platform. They
Yeah.
had people connection, people with money, for
They
instance.
had
is what I'm saying.
mentors.
So you think you're just going to sit down with
Personally,
Elon Musk,
if-
and then he goes, okay, this is what you have to do with your life. This are the investments you're going to make. This thing, and then when you leave him feeling gingered, you suddenly remember you don't have the
I
money
would like to
do
think that a
investments.
dinner would be too short a time to actually gain anything from a person like Elon Musk or even Dangote.
Even as that,
The truth
you
is,
will need
but
to invest.
what I would do,
and you need the money.
seeing that I do not have the Mazino, don't go there, stop, come back. Okay, seeing as I am a guy, a man, what I would do is using that dinner, I would try and make a relationship with him so I can
Exactly.
have other opportunities to actually meet.
Exactly.
These other opportunities are where you could gather more experience or,
I'm not
glean
saying
from
that.
30 minutes with someone
I'll
like
take the
that.
money. I'll
see,
take the
is it-
Bitcoin.
You don't get
to
2
change your life.
Bitcoin. I sell one instantly because the way this Bitcoin is going, I'm sorry, but I have this feeling that it will soon reach its peak.
And
I'm just
it'll
saying.
play 2 and then it'll drop.
Definitely. So I will sell one. Now, when I sell that one quietly, I will look at the money and say, I chose you over Elon Musk.
Let's see what
do I
people-
do with
What
you?
did people say?
Now we
You
had a
need to check
poll.
this out.
We had a poll: dinner with Elon Musk or 2 Bitcoins, and 77% of people.
Yes.
Yes, some 7% of Nigerians say they will take the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
20% of people who took part in the poll say they'll have dinner with Elon Musk. I
Yeah.
think that is where which
I
of
am.
you? That's
That's
where you
where I
are.
am, yeah.
And 3% says, I don't know for now.
I will have dinner. See that
Depending where it's
dinner. I'll
going.
have dinner with Elon Musk. Have dinner with Dangote. Have dinner
telling you
with
that
Bill
if you have
Gates.
dinner
But I'll
with
pay
Elon
them
Musk
for
and
it.
You can speak
With the
well.
BTC.
You don't need the Bitcoin.
Look at this very interesting.
You don't need it.
Very interesting comment here. This is by Youngest, 169257733.
Wow.
He says, I would really appreciate it if I get the 2 Bitcoins. Then we'll meet at the top later,
If you want.
if he wants.
That's if he has not lost the 2 BTC.
That's if you use
Through
the
bad
price.
investments. Let's be realistic.
Amos Best says, I'm going to invest it for the next 5 years. Then after 5 years, I'll request for a dinner with him. So I guess it's just the general opinion that Nigerians will go for
Toby
Bitcoin.
says he might be the richest man in the world at the moment, but I feel dining with him doesn't guarantee success
Nope,
for
it
my
doesn't.
future.
It doesn't.
You get it? You get
But
it?
2 Bitcoin doesn't guarantee success either. The person, so that's like 19 million naira for 1 Bitcoin. So that's about maybe like 20.
That's
almost
38.
30. Yeah, 38.
38.
Yes,
Wait,
million.
38
Titi,
million.
38 million. I knew
Calm
you didn't know
down,
what
calm
2
down.
BTC was.
This guy is a multi-billionaire. And you are just a multi-millionaire. There's a
Let's
difference.
see.
1 billion is 100 million in 10 places.
See,
People of God, let me tell you something. When you have money, some of these people are available for business dinners. Do you understand?
Yep.
You have your 19 million
True.
sitting pretty in your bank account with a backup 19 million in BTC.
Hey.
You say to whoever can get you his contact, see, you are 4 or 5
He
people
won't
away
even
from the
answer
contact you need.
Wait,
He will
later,
answer
later,
you.
later.
He's a South African.
So
You will find somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows him. Wait,
Mary.
and then you pay for it, even if it's 5 million. You pay for the dinner, you still have 14 million to invest. What are we talking about?
You know that you're speaking with how much?
I
how
am
many
a
How many Bitcoin
businesswoman.
do you have?
And uncle, I have 0.000.
But I'll tell you what, however, the fact is this, yeah. It's very interesting that we're having this argument, let me put it so. But if I had that kind of money, if you translate it to Naira, I'll just invest in land banking. Get where I'm going?
Yeah, the SME today.
Yeah, so you have to stay tuned for that. We have a very interesting guest with us today. He's going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking on our SME segment. And you're going to find very, very interesting ideas from what he has to tell us today. So stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Beautiful women by my side. Mary, of course, looking...
Pay for dinner with Elon Musk. Too big is not small money.
We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Great to have you in the studio with Sia. Today's breakfast, I'm already feeling very excited about it. We're talking about having fantastic rice. Hey, look at this. Take a look at this. Whenever we're cooking basmati, I'm always excited because basmati cooks fast and then it's always very tasty. But tell us about today's meal. What are we having for breakfast?
Yeah. Good morning. We're having Chinese rice and shredded beef sauce.
Chinese rice and shredded beef sauce. Yeah. Wow. So that's why we have so many vegetables, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making use of?
Okay. This is shredded beef sauce.
Okay.
This is the shredded beef.
Okay.
So I've shredded it already.
Okay.
Then this is the red pepper, red bell pepper,
okay,
plus the yellow bell pepper and the green pepper.
Okay.
Then this carrot.
Okay.
This carrot sometimes is optional. It's not everyone that likes it in shredded beef sauce.
Okay.
Yes. And this onion, this garlic.
Okay.
And this
vegetable
oil.
Okay.
Then this cornstarch, corn flour to thicken the sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the seasoning.
Okay.
And we also have our soy sauce here.
Okay. So, run me through the process. Is this everything we're making use of?
Yes, please.
Okay. What are we going to do? Run me through the process. What's the first thing we need to do?
Then the first thing we need to do is that we need to be boiling the rice on a separate pot.
Okay.
Yes. Then the beef, when you put your pot, your fry pan on the fire, you add a little oil in it, not too much.
Okay.
Then you add your onion, you cube it, cut it cube.
Okay.
Then grate your garlic inside.
Okay.
Leave it to saute for some minutes.
Okay.
Then you pour your beef inside.
Okay.
So you stir it together for some minutes.
Okay.
Because it will take time for it to done.
Cook. Okay.
Yes, please. Then you cover it there on a lower heat.
Okay.
So after then, you open it, you put your soy sauce in it.
Okay.
So after then, you put your seasoning also, salt to taste it. Then later, you can mix your corn flour on another bowl to mix it with small water. You don't need to pour it direct so that it won't bring lumps. So you mix it with water, then you pour it. So just shake the chicken out. Then your vegetables already shredded and the carrots
as well. Okay.
So those are the things that will go last so that it won't be overdone.
Oh, so they still have that crunchy taste in there?
Yes, please.
Okay. So it looks like a really easy process, and there aren't so many ingredients to actually get you feeling like, okay, where do I start from? Where do I go to? But basically, all of these ingredients, on average, how much would they cost to get?
Because right now, when it comes to carrot, green pepper, these vegetables, they are cheap for now in the market.
These are cheap for now?
Yes,
really? How much did you buy this?
A kilo of these, all this is 800 naira.
Right now?
Yes, please.
Wow, the prices are quite favorable right now. That's interesting. We're going to talk about where you got it because I'm very interested in that. I know green peppers can, and of course bell peppers in generally can be very expensive. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start off with the cooking. We're going to boil the rice first, as she said, and then of course we get all the vegetables ready. So the next time we come to the kitchen, it'll be to show you the entire process, which I'm sure is going to be very easy. We'll move on now because we have a conversation coming up. But before we do so, let's start with our cutting and slicing. Okay, so will this do?
Yes.
There you go. So we'll start with our cutting. See? Here you go. So we can make use of all of this. So we're going to get the rice ready.
Okay. Please, I need a bowl in it.
Yeah, just a moment. So here we go. So we can start boiling the rice. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a very, very simple and easy process. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very simple process. Okay, so right now we have Titi on standby. Hi, Titi.
Hi, Mary. Honestly, it looks like we're going to have a great meal this Monday morning. And that's the kind of motivation I needed before now. But I just realized that the kind of motivation people need at home will come from this gentleman right here. We are joined by high-performance coach Boluwatife David. Now, he's going to be discussing a very interesting topic. It's titled, How to Convert Potential to Performance. Yes, it's not just about the alliteration there, the two P's. No, there is a lot more to this topic, and I have a feeling people are going to learn a lot today. Get your pens ready, get your paper ready. Potential and performance. Please give us, well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
And you to give us a little breakdown on the differences between potential and performance.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on the show this morning. I'm super excited to be here. And good morning to everybody watching us this morning. Okay, jumping straight into the topic. The difference between potential and performance, I like to put it this way, that potential is energy at rest.
Okay.
And performance is energy at work.
Okay.
Potential is the capacity you have to get something done.
Okay.
Performance is the actual act of doing it.
Okay.
So when you leverage the potential that you have, you get something done. Take, for instance, we both have the potential to speak right now.
Of course.
We are speaking because we are converting that potential into performance. So at every given time, you know, we have the choice of whether we want to convert our potential to performance or we just want the potential to be at rest. Now, at the point where potential is at rest, nobody is really acknowledged for anything. Nobody can really move forward. It's like you have a car, no matter how big the engine of the car is, as long as a driver doesn't get in and start it and actually rev it and drive it, that car will remain in one spot. Now, there are a lot of people in this world that are like the Ferraris. They have great potential, but because nobody has really gotten into them to start them and get them moving, they just remain there, standing as decorations instead of actually getting something done and getting accolades for the things that they do.
Okay, so how can we apply this to everyday life? You know, the average man, you know, he's been given maybe a few tools, maybe from secondary school or through tertiary education. He's been given some tools that give him certain potentials, right? How does he convert that to actual performance?
Okay, so for me, for anybody to convert their potential to performance, there are a number of things that we need to understand, right? And I actually put those things in three things. Okay. And it's actually an acronym so that people can easily remember it, right? Because some of these things, when you just put it that way, it's easier for people to remember. And I put the acronym as ACT. 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 The first thing everybody needs to understand in this life is the consciousness of the fact that they have potential. Now, one of the things I say to people is that, you know, when you get to that point and you say, you know, I don't know what to do again, I don't know what to do again, I don't know what to do again, I always tell people that it's one of two things. It's either you've maxed out on the knowledge you have at the time, or you've maxed out on the willpower to look for more knowledge. It is not because there are no more options out there for you to leverage. It's not because you have maxed out on your potential. Most times it's just because you have maxed out on the willpower. Now, but people misinterpret maxing out on willpower and knowledge to maxing out on potential. So people will then give up and say, you know what, I'm done, I don't know what to do again. At that point, it is not the failure of potential, it is the failure of the willpower to go out and look for the answers, right?
So ACT, you said?
Yes, ACT.
ACT,
yes, ACT. Right? So the first word in that is A, which stands for acknowledge that you have potential. Let me give you a practical example. So 2 weeks ago, I was in last week Thursday, I was in a particular class training a group of salesperson for a particular company. And, you know, this man came to me to say, you know, Boluwatife, all the things that you're teaching us, they are really great. But you know what? There's this client I've been trying to get since forever. And it's almost like
Welcome back. And to start off our week with a very interesting musical performance this morning, we have with us Air Dot. Air Dot is a very interesting singer-songwriter, and also, hey, he's got plenty talent in this one person. Air Dot, hey, it's good to have you here on the show this morning.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Well, first of all, I want to know what that name is about. Air Dot, what is it?
Okay, it's pronounced Air Dot, and if you look at the spelling, it's actually an acronym, ERDTO.
Okay.
That translates to Emergency Room for Dispensing Truth Only.
Well, fantastic. Tell you what, we can't wait for your performance, so let's already get on with his performance.
Thank you.
Yo, it's true. I ain't lying. It's your boy Dot. Hero. Here we go. Yeah. A hero gotta go through pain to make things end, just so other people will feel no pain. This was what it's like in the Passion of Christ, or how Superman get beat with kryptonite. Sometimes they don't even have to sleep at night. 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness, or in Gotham where Batman is taking shift at night. Every night, marathon, running quick, Usain Bolt, finish line, Lisha no victory lap, aka. But wait, I ain't faced the evil yet. Dead the devil for some nights, real blind, dead devil in this life. Close my eyes, meditate, play this game in my mind. This is all fiction now. What sci-fi's? It's not too late to peep the game. Tupac Amaru said, support the real homie, not the major phonies and their little fairies. All mainstreaming. Get the net TV out the way. Get the net TV out the way. I'm a superhero. Every time I look through my bedroom mirror, see myself the other side is where I find my flawless imperfections, my lawless constitution, abuse institution, confirmed segregation. What is education if knowledge is a power? Why are the schools still suffering? Look at this Roxy looting, even the future's been stolen. We are smart scholars, how many of them really talking? I taught with the future leaders, how long they don't be told us. Power is never given, you gotta rise and take it. Grab it, seize it, use it for good. All up, leave it, spread it, don't be greedy. Promote freedom, let the people enjoy the same thing as you. That's what real leaders should do, never be selfish. Cause soon as you become the selfless king,
Like King Arthur,
they done your hero.
That's really what it's like to be a superhero. That's really what it's like to be a superhero. That's really what it's like to be a superhero. That's really what it's like to be a superhero.
You know what that song reminds me of? Nas. Yeah, like, I'm just hearing, I know, I can. Amazing. Well done, Air Dot. Amazing, amazing. Okie dokie. Welcome to the Kitchen Radio on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Abimbola still busy. Hey, chopping things. Me, I'm just, being the sous chef that I am. But as you can see, a lot of work has gone on. She's been slicing up, cutting up, dicing up, doing everything, and we have our rice boiling already. But you know something? It's not just the rice that is boiling on. We also have our meats. This is like pan-searing, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so this is the rice boiling, the basmati rice, so that should be ready soon. And here's the meats. I've been helping with this. So there's not much going on with the meat. It's just for us to allow it to cook a bit, right?
Yes, please.
afterwards, what are we going to do to it? So it was actually iced. That's why it's taking a bit. As soon as this is done is when we'll start putting in everything else, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so it's just going to be like in a few seconds. So, that's it. You're through with all the cutting?
Yes, please.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I can let you finish up while I observe, which is what I like to do in this kitchen. So tell us what you've put in here. First, we had the oil heated up.
Yes, please.
Then you put in what? Onions?
Onion and garlic.
Garlic.
Yes,
Now, is it a crime? You know, there are some meals that when you put a particular ingredient, it becomes like, you have ruined it. Is it a crime to put in ginger?
Not really, but it's a smell sometimes that people don't really like.
In the sauce?
Yes.
But if you use powder, would it be much of a problem?
But it has to be little.
Why do I feel like Chef Abimbola is like, ditch it. Don't do the ginger or you'll be sorry. Because ginger can have an overpowering taste and aroma as well. So you might want to do away with the ginger because my meals, I like to put 4 things.
Okay.
5. Ginger, garlic, onion, cinnamon, and black pepper.
Okay.
Like, I feel like when I'm cooking, if I don't have those 5, I freak out sometimes. Because I feel like all of them together, they give you taste, they give you aroma, and so much more. Okay, so we'll wait for that to cook. That shouldn't take a long time. It looks like it's coming along nicely.
Yes.
We're deliberately covering it. Normally when you're cooking this, most people don't bother with covering, but we are covering it so as to speed up the process so we can show you exactly how it will go. Now, I rarely see people put onions in basmati. Could you come forward?
Okay.
Is there a reason for that? Why people don't put onions in basmati?
You know, onions has its own taste, and the same thing with basmati too. So when you put onion, I think it's going to kill the
taste
smells of the.
Okay, because when we are boiling rice normally, like regular rice, people put onions, but you hardly see onions or garlic being put in basmati rice. So that's the reason. So it doesn't overpower it, okay? So in case you've been wondering, I believe the meat is just about ready. You want to check it out for us?
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure everybody wants to see the process of putting it in. Now let's talk about the ingredients again while you're doing that.
Okay.
What are we making use of? Oh my gosh. Like, it's so hard sometimes to keep a straight face, considering what Mr. Musa says in my ears sometimes.
So, I'm adding the seasoning now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it has to cook before you add the seasoning?
Yes, just a bit.
Oh, just a bit, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, okay. So now the seasoning, there's already salt in it. So in case you're wondering that it's just us using seasoning cube, there's a bit of salt that has gone into it. That's another thing we should have mentioned that we put in. Wow, this is already coming together. Now, some people ditch seasoning cubes when making the Chinese sauce. They'll rather depend on soy sauce, oyster sauce, and the rest. But it does seem to me like when you use seasoning cubes, you get to save on all these other items in case you don't have them. Is that really the case, or this is just your own style of making it?
This is because when it comes to cooking, everybody have their own way of cooking it.
Yeah.
Like some now might desire not to put salt. Like when you are cooking white rice, some don't like putting salt in it.
There are some people who don't.
Yes, and some like putting salt. So cooking is very wide. So anyhow you can cook it, that will make it come out well.
That you would enjoy the taste.
Yeah.
Okay. Like people putting sugar in rice, which always blows my mind. Like sugar in rice. You've never experienced that? People actually put sugar in rice, in yam.
That is Indian food.
Indian.
But when it comes to yam.
Or even Indian food is regular.
Yes.
People like sugar too much. Okay, so we'll get on with this. Of course, we're going to put in the vegetables. It's very easy from here on, okay? Yes. The vegetables, the corn flour to thicken it, the turmeric for color, and then it's all together. At the end of the show, of course, you'd see us serve it and eat it. That's the one I like, eating it. We'll have to take this break because we've reached the top of the hour. 45 minutes more to go right after this. We need you to stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
All right.
Our second hour is always filled with so much that actually, you know, the senses are overlabored, especially because of the kitchen. I can't help it. The
So much smells good in the kitchen right now.
So it's important to always review your performance every day and give yourself a pat on the back if you've earned it. So just wait until after the show, after today, and then you can do that.
Yes, so honestly, that's what we actually deserve for a fantastic 1 hour. And hey, we'd like to urge you watching at home right now. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's really super exciting that we have about 45 minutes left, and we know you're going to be right there with us.
Oh yes, that 45 minutes begins right now. So if you missed the first half, well, don't worry. There's still more to come this second lap. My name is Mazino Pale.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Remember, life is full of beauty. Notice the smiling faces, positive vibrations that we bring to you every morning.
Zen.
Yeah.
We remain the only breakfast television show that actually offers you breakfast.
Yeah.
So hey, you just have to stay glued to every single edition right here.
Now you can be part of the show. You can join the conversation. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms. We appreciate having you there.
Where's the ginger? Why are you so low?
What? Amy low. Amy dynamite. Low. Hey.
Remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be across the world. You just need to download our mobile app. It's on Google and also on iOS. Now let's tell them what we have coming up on the rest of the show.
Okay, so you said I was low. Shortly, we will be taking a walk down memory lane. Yeah, we're going to be talking about things that happened this week in history. Emilio, dynamite, Emilio. Hey!
And then, of course, we have Mary Bashir Alimi.
Woohoo!
And, you know,
the others.
It's okay. She's our star today. We don't mind her.
She's all blingy today. She's all blingy.
I decided to start this week on a very bright.
Thank you.
Even though he's a doctor.
Bright is the word. Let's always start it bright.
Yeah, we're starting bright.
Wanted to say, by the way, if you are reacting to our comment on Twitter, our post on Twitter, please go ahead. We're going to take that very soon. We like that you guys are using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. However, on social media over the weekend, guess who's back on social media after a couple of months of being taken off of social media?
Well, a couple of weeks. It wasn't up to
it was
weeks.
more than a month, wasn't it?
Tunde Ednot is back.
Is back, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're not exactly excited, are you?
Oh wow, Mary.
I don't follow him.
Okay.
No offense, Tunde. No offense, but
so
like.
Popular.
I'll tell you something about Tunde Ednot. He's a very entertaining blogger. He's also quite controversial. I do not think that most of the things that he posts are actually original, but it's just nice to actually see that he.
It was quite surprising. It was quite surprising to see that he was taken down, and it seems like he couldn't get that page back. But millions of followers have been lost.
No, it's not even. He couldn't. He definitely didn't get the page back. Apparently, what he's done now is he has opened a new page.
And he got 500,000 followers in 24 hours.
No, in 4 hours, actually.
In 4 hours.
Yeah.
To tell you how much people actually miss him.
Yeah.
He also got the help of friends. Don Jazzy did a post for him.
Yeah, Davido.
I find it funny that there are people who didn't know that Tunde started as an artist.
Yeah.
So he released the song
you're
last Christmas.
You're wrong. He started as a comedian.
He even started at me. I know him as an artist. And I remember last December, he released a song, and people were like, Tunde Ednot, you want to be popular.
Wow.
And I was like, for goodness sake, this guy started as an artist. Because I remember playing a couple of his songs way back then. So when I see Tunde Ednot, the first thing that comes to my mind is music.
This is where I say Onokon Woja.
Yeah. My dear,
what is that?
There's not only one.
In the way.
Okay, let me be going.
No.
There's not only one.
Don't be deceived by this
market.
Mazino. Mazino speaks better Yoruba than most.
Oh, Jesus.
I would like to just say that, it was a sad one for us at our church. We lost Reverend Yinka Kimbami, and he's in charge of our Family Life Church, weddings, baby dedications, and the like. He actually married my husband and I, and it was sad to lose him to COVID just last weekend.
Sorry about
Remember, COVID is real. In, what's her name? Cardi B's voice, coronavirus. It is very real for those who still don't believe it exists.
Yes, indeed. Let's do a fact-finding, and then when we get back, it's more inside of Wake Up Nigeria. And you're welcome back. Let's do the news this second hour, and we begin with the rising spate of insecurity, which has affected several parts of the country. It's not spared law enforcement agencies, is what we hear. Now, the latest attack is in Ebonyi State, where unknown gunmen invaded a police station in Iza area of the state, killing 3 officers and injuring 2 others. The spokesperson of the command, DSP Lovett Oda, disclosed that the gunmen invaded the police station and opened fire on policemen on duty, which led to the death of 3 officers. According to the DSP, the unfortunate incident led to the death of 2 inspectors and another officer on guard at the station. Also, a woman who was said to be in her house within the premises of the police station was killed during the attack. According to the police spokesperson, the corpses of the deceased officers and the woman have been deposited at the morgue, while an investigation into the incident is ongoing. Meanwhile, normalcy has since returned in the area. To Benue State now, where the government has taken delivery of 78 impounded motorcycles from the Sankara area. Now, this is courtesy Operation Whirl Stroke, led by Major General Adeyemi Ekini. Special advisor to the governor on security matters, retired Colonel Paul Hemba, said the motorcycles were impounded from violators of the ban on movement of motorcycles in Sankara. He stated that arrests had also been made and that bandits and criminal elements operating in the area were being trailed to their hideouts by security agents.
Operation through other security agencies, day and night, they are on the trail of these bandits in their hideouts. They are pursuing them wherever they go, and that is why we have respite now. The few isolated incidents that took place now are being taken care of. And the situation in Sankara and the entire state, indeed, is calm. We must commend the efforts of the security agencies, particularly Operation Through, in this regard.
And Nigerians must commit to safeguarding the country despite differences in religion, ethnicity, and political affiliations. Now, that's according to the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, who believes heroes who have strived through thick and thin to ensure the country's safety must be honored. The Vice President was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, at an interdenominational church service for the 2021 Armed Force Remembrance Day celebration. He praised the members of the armed forces for continuing to lay down their lives in peacekeeping operations and paying the ultimate price in the fight against terrorism in the Northeast, as well as defending the country from other threats to security.
It means that we must commit to ensuring the unity of our nation, that regardless of tensions on account of differences in politics, religion, and ethnicity, we are stronger together than apart.
While we appreciate the efforts of the officers and men of the armed forces, it is important to remind ourselves that we need to do a lot more to dispel the atmosphere of fear, distrust, and mutual suspicion.
And of course, we have Mary standing by for sports, and I don't blame you if you have been looking forward to it again.
Welcome back. It's about time for us to take a quick trip down memory lane on This Week in History. And I have Mazino here, with some interesting anecdotes.
Yeah, I'm very interested in one or two of your stories, so I'm going to tell you.
This one is a key one for all of you who are living with diabetes. On January 10th, 1922, insulin is first used on humans to treat diabetes on a Canadian called Leonard Thompson. Now, he was age 14, and it was used by Sir Frederick Grant Banting, a Canadian medical scientist, physician, painter, and Nobel laureate. He was noted as the co-discoverer of insulin and its therapeutic potential. Now, as of November 2018, Banting, who received the Nobel Prize at age 32, remains the youngest Nobel laureate in the area of physiology and medicine. In 1934, he was knighted by King George V. Now, this is a very key discovery in history. For those who have to go through these medications every single day just to keep their sugar levels balanced, they understand how important this particular drug is. And George Banting was the individual that made sure that happened. Insulin, such an important invention and discovery right there. We still have more for you. Also this week in history, on January 12th, 1976, Agatha Christie passed away. Now, if you don't know who that is, that's a prolific writer of novels, short stories, and plays. Now, she's best known for her series of crime books featuring Detective Hercules Poirot and, of course, Miss Marple. Now, Guinness World Records lists Agatha Christie as one of the world's most translated authors, and her works have sold more than 2 billion copies worldwide. Agatha Christie also wrote the world's longest-running play called Mousetrap. Now, that opened in London's West End in 1952 and is apparently still running till now. So I used to watch Poirot, the series, as a child, and he was my first introduction to being an investigator. And he was, you know, had a very high moral high ground, and was always just very, very key to getting to the end of the story just before the episode was about to end. So the whole whodunit started with Agatha Christie. All right, now we still have one more for you here. Now, January 11th, 1971, singer, songwriter Mary J. Blige was born. Now, Billboard ranked her as the most successful female R&B artist of the past 25 years, and she sold more than 50 million albums, 15 million singles worldwide. Now, her acting career has also had rave reviews, especially her recent appearance in the Netflix original Umbrella Academy. Yeah, and that's all we have time for on This Week in History for today. But we'll always have so many more stories for you next week. Mazzino has some really interesting information for you.
Well, yes, Tech, by the way, I loved you This Week in History. Love Mary J. Blige. I can't believe that she's going to be 50 this year.
Yeah.
In any case, so let's do Tech now. So, in a new statement issued by former First Lady Michelle Obama, now she calls on Silicon Valley specifically now to address its role in the violent insurrection attempt by pro-Trump violators at the U.S. Capitol building on Wednesday. Obama's statement also calls out the obviously biased treatment that the primarily white pro-Trump fanatics faced by law enforcement relative to that received by mostly peaceful BLM supporters during their lawful demonstrations, as opposed to Wednesday's criminal activity. But it includes a specific redress for the tech industry's leaders and platform operators. I'll quote here, "Now is the time for companies to stop enabling this monstrous behavior and go even further than they have already by permanently banning this man from their platforms and putting in place policies to prevent their technology from being used by the nation's leader to fuel insurrection." Now, Obama wrote in her statement, which she shared on Twitter and also on Facebook, and that's a very interesting quote we read out there, because a lot of these platforms have actually taken action and have banned the U.S. president, current, from their platforms, and some of them are still following suit. We'll keep you abreast with all of that as we go on. Now we move on now to YouTube. They're to penalize channels that post election misinformation. It's about time. Now, YouTube just announced that channels publishing false claims about the U.S. presidential election will be penalized with a strike, which will temporarily suspend them from posting videos. Now, if you're wondering why it took this long, like I did, YouTube announced last month, a full month after the presidential election, but right after the safe harbor deadline for audits and recounts, that it would remove videos alleging widespread fraud or errors in the election. However, there was a grace period during which videos would be removed without additional penalty to the account. YouTube says that grace period was supposed to expire on January 21st, so we've still got a bit of time. That's after Inauguration Day on the 20th. But since the election results were certified early yesterday, or was it a couple of mornings ago, after a pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol, the Google-owned platform says it's ending the grace period already. So no more grace period. It's already too late for that, especially with everything that has gone on in the past couple of days. By the way, arrests have been made. Some of those people you saw on social media inside of the Capitol have been arrested. And it's very interesting to think that they thought that they would get away with it. but interesting. And more arrests are still being made with facial identification from these photos. Let's move on now to Mercedes. They are unveiling a Hyperscreen 56. It's a 56-inch display. Now, 3 years ago, Mercedes-Benz unveiled MBUX. That's MBUX, an infotainment system that represents a leap forward in the legacy automotive industry. Now, that system, with its crisp graphics, intuitive user interface, and voice assistance, was closer to the experience of using a smartphone and finally got away from pixelated screens and cluttered designs found in most modern infotainment systems. Now, Mercedes unveiled, this is on Thursday last week, the next iteration of the MBUX, a 56-inch curved screen that runs the length of the entire dashboard. The central feature of a next-generation infotainment system that learns the behavior of its driver. If you ask me, I think it's a bit creepy that we're giving technology this ability, but it's okay if you guys think it's all right. Wait until they take over the world. That's just me. Now, the MBUX Hyperscreen, by the way, in the 2022 Mercedes EQS, the flagship sedan under the automaker's electric EQ brand, the Hyperscreen, which was unveiled ahead of the virtual CES Tech Trade Show, features 8 CPU cores, 24 GB RAM, and 46.4 GB per second RAM memory bandwidth. There's a multifunction camera and a sensor that adapts the brightness of the screen depending on the lighting conditions. And moving on now, inside of tech for this morning, the city is 3D printing a tiny neighborhood of homes. Let's take this, and I'll ask you what you think for after. Well, I think we'll bring you that one after, perhaps. Do stay tuned anyhow if you want to catch that one. It's been Tech here. Thank you very much. It's the Wake Up Nigeria. We've got more coming up this hour.
Welcome back. Now it's time to talk business. We have Mr. Olumide Ayetemi-Mowa. He's a seasoned and prolific realtor. Now he specializes in something he likes to call land banking. Now we've been back and forth about this land banking thing in the studio, trying to figure out exactly what he means. But it's great to have you on the show. Welcome. Thanks for coming to talk to us about it.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so what is it? Land banking. Break it down for us.
Land in itself is an asset that cannot be stolen,
Okay.
that cannot be destroyed. It's an asset that is right there, is real, you can see it. And banking on land is keeping your cash where, instead of losing money to inflation, you increase the value of your money.
Okay.
Land banking is a way to improve your financial management, give you depth in financial management with a skill that virtually many people need to learn.
Okay.
Especially in this new generation coming up. It helps personal development in a point whereby it teaches people from having frivolous spending. When you have cash banking, you put money in the bank, you can easily go there, maybe an emergency that you can cover. You quickly go there, remove the money.
So when the average Nigerian thinks about banking these days, they think about having easy access to their money.
Good.
They also think of security. They think of, a safe place to store their savings, right? But then they also want that easy access I mentioned earlier on. It doesn't feel like, banking on land will give me quick use of my finances. Am I wrong?
Yeah, one of the greatest drawbacks in land banking is the waiting game.
Okay.
And that's why I teach people patience. And for somebody who wants a financial future, you need to find a safe haven for yourself. And that is where land banking comes in.
Okay.
You keep something for the future. You can't spend it all.
Okay.
No matter how enticed you are about some things, you still have to learn to keep some things for yourself. Like if you want a future for yourself, many people who have future for themselves is because they kept a little bit of what they have for the future. And putting money in the bank normally, which is the natural thing, doesn't really work again. Because January 2020, if you put $1 million in the bank, if you want to change it to dollar by December last year or by January today, you will be surprised how much it's going to give to you.
Okay.
But where you can put your money, where you saved it, and you are very sure that the value increases.
Yeah.
And if you are strategic about it, if you have the strategic, as in you are resourceful in your investment, whereby you invest in places that have good futures, places that you know they have fast improvement coming up.
All right.
In the future, it gives you an edge over a lot of things.
This is where I ask you, you know, how long you've been into this and when the whole idea of land banking came to you.
The beautiful thing about it is that I've not been here for long.
Okay.
But I've been hearing about it. I've been seeing how it works.
Okay.
And out of the urge of finding something to do, finding something that's going to be beneficial to me, myself, and how to be beneficial to people around me. Because you get to a point where you get people calling you like, big brother, please, can you help me out?
Okay.
My friend, can you help me out? And you now realize you can still be of good help to people if you can tell them how to go about it. Either go into land banking themselves or teaching people how to invest in it.
So every business has its own iota of risk, and every form of investment has risks to different degrees. So I know one of the key things people think about in Lagos is this issue of omoniles, you know, the landowners, the original owners of the land being resold and resold all over again, stolen, and some people, you might even just get to the land you thought you bought last year, and somebody has put a wall around it and built something there. They don't know what to do. So how have you been able to, you know, either curtail or bypass this issue?
One of the first things any buyer of real estate have to do is your proper due diligence.
Okay.
No matter, as Nigeria is, especially in Lagos, even as we complain that lands is this, lands that, because there's no documents, you still have access to go and check what is the documentation on this property. And in land banking, one of the very important things that we give ourselves as an edge is this: make sure you're selling what is good, because it's a pedigree. It's what people know you for. If you sell something and everybody go out there, they see you like, they'll talk about it. You don't know who they are going to meet. And when they are ready to sit down, whether they're in London, they're in America, they are able to call you and like, I need to buy land. I'm not even saying it. But the fact that they can get their document over there, as the due diligence is already done. And one thing again is look for places that actually, I said it earlier, they have fast improvements coming through. Because with that, you have proposed places that people have already planned. Made agreement with the government, taking away from government exuberance. Like there are a couple of trainings we give some other people in regards to the documentation on lands. Because some documentation help you with good credit facilities. Some documentation help you to improve yourself.
Okay, so let me see if I can get this right. So the term land banking isn't actually banking itself. It's more of banking on land. Banking on land. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the actual banking sector.
No.
Okay, beautiful. Just wanted to clarify that.
It's not an investment scheme.
Okay, all right, beautiful. Then, of course, you know, there is that due diligence you mentioned. For maybe people that are wondering, you know, how to go about this due diligence, do you offer those kind of services?
Yes, definitely.
On the side?
Definitely, I do offer services like that, and it's easy for you to go to Lagos, the parastatal in Lagos State, to go and search about any land, because that thing has been making people shy away from land, because land in itself is not attractive like the traditional real estate thing, like rental apartments, commercial properties, but actually it's the cheapest to invest in and see the return in a longer period of time, because the ROI of land is sporadic. And still, just like you said, there are some mistakes people make also, which is like they buy land just because they want to buy land.
So you're making profits how? Because land itself is supposed to make profit for the person that buys it. So where do you make money from?
Oh, I get my commission on selling.
Okay. The way you smiled there was very... So these commissions are very nice. They're very glossy. Yeah,
in regards to where I work, GTX Homes, it is a consultant program they give to a lot of people, and there's a practical opportunity given to everybody that wants to be a part of it. And it's about building your future. what do you want for yourself? You want to learn about.
So you found this business how? Did you study it in school? Did someone introduce it to you? Tell us more.
Actually, I was on the edge of like, I need to get something going on.
Okay.
During the peak of the COVID period, then the lockdown, I'm into food processing.
Okay.
So I'm like, you cannot deal with this alone. So you look everywhere and eventually find out that there are a lot of opportunities out there, especially in real estate marketing.
Okay.
So in getting to know this opportunity, I got to meet GTEX consultant program, and we have a lot of facilitators giving us different opportunities on how to sell, where to sell, how to go about meeting people.
Okay.
And so far during this period, it has been beneficial to me.
Okay.
It helps in regards to, it teaches me a lot of things personally. And from all those around me, they can now see the changes, and which is what we sell to people too.
For me to find out how good this is right now, if I was to offer you a job in an oil company today,
right now,
right now, that gives you maybe a 2 million naira a month salary with all the trimmings, would you leave what you're doing right now?
I'm sorry, I won't.
To go for the oil company?
I'm sorry, I won't.
You won't?
I won't.
All right, so is that
I might
good,
go for the interview. So I'll
Just
tell
the
them
interview.
about the land bank.
I like this guy. I like you. All right, then. No, I have to say thank you for coming to share this with us.
Pleasure.
But, what's your final message to anyone who still has doubts about this?
All right. My final message is this. Prepare yourself for the future.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for a transferable wealth.
Okay.
And wealth can be grown.
All right.
And teach yourself patience.
All right,
Invest
then.
in land.
Invest in land. And there you have it. Thank you so much, Olumide, for coming to talk to us about land banking, or should we say banking on land. Hopefully someone out there has learned a thing or two. Please join us in the kitchen. We have an amazing chef that has been working very, very hard to put something together for us. And when the kitchen starts, I hope Mazino is not already there. He's there, right? Mazino is already there. Goodness.
Please come, Jerry.
Yeah, let's go. Mazino is there.
You started that.
Please take a seat right here. Thank you so much for joining us. And
welcome
thank you,
to
Chef.
the kitchen.
All
Today's
these
chef is
amazing
Chef
smells.
Abimbola. And she's made us breakfast, basmati. You tell us about it.
Okay. This Chinese rice and shredded beef sauce.
So that's what we're having for breakfast right now. Could you run us through how we achieve this?
Okay. Yeah, the ingredients are beef, shredded beef, Chinese basmati rice, then yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, soy sauce, cornstarch, then with the cucumber for garnishing.
All right. And then, of course, seasoning cubes and all.
Right.
So our guest is probably going,
it's probably mouth-watering. All right, please have a taste and tell us what you think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, don't be shy.
So, Chef Abimbola, how can we reach you on social media?
Yes. I have a catering firm that I'm working on.
Okay.
But on social media, for now, I'm bearing Golden Crown Catering Service.
Golden Crown Catering Service.
Services,
And it does look like our guest has had a taste of the meal.
It's amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
I like hearing.
Amazing. All right.
So she does a lot of deliveries as well. Yeah, vegetables especially. And
I love the presentation too.
Very
I love
nice.
It's really nice.
It smells amazing.
Look at what she did with the cucumbers there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I was actually looking at it from before. I'm like, oh, this is nice. I only just started being a fan of cucumber from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still, I can't eat it just on its own, but it looks nice in that presentation.
Okay.
there.
Right. I hear when you visit some ladies, you don't eat cucumbers in the
Wow.
house. It's all right.
Hey, are we ending the show soon?
Yes, we
We
are.
are now, as a matter of fact.
It's been a pleasure having you join us from 7 a.m. early today. Thank you so much to all our guests and everyone who was part of the show. We appreciate all of you. Now we're going to be back again tomorrow, 7 a.m. everyone.
Bright and early.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.